In 1947, after 2 centuries of British rule, the Indian subcontinent was split in two, creating the new nations of India and Pakistan. It sounds simple on paper, just a line in the sand, right? But for millions, it was the beginning of chaos, heartbreak, and the largest human migration in history. About 15 million people crossed hastily drawn borders to reach what they hoped would be safety. Muslims heading west and east to Pakistan, Hindus and Sikhs moving into India. And in the turmoil, 1 to 2 million were killed in communal violence. The scars of partition run deep not just in history books, but in families, memories, and the silences people carry. Yet for decades, so many of these stories remained untold. It wasn't until 2007 that efforts like the Citizens Archive of Pakistan began actively recording survivors' testimonies. Soon after, projects like the 1947 Partition Archive followed. But books, both fiction and non-fiction, have long tried to capture the pain, courage, and resilience of those days. Take Urvashi Bhutalia's The Other Side of Silence. It's a landmark work, drawing on the stories of survivors, including her own family, Sikhs who fled Lahore. Bhutalia doesn't shy away from the toughest subjects like the horrific violence against women. Tens of thousands raped or killed, their suffering often hidden behind talk of honor and purity. She asks, how do we even know about partition except through the stories handed down, the ones we choose to remember or forget? That idea inspired my own novel, The Parted Earth. I wanted to show how partition isn't just a thing of the past, it still shapes the lives of descendants, in ways big and small. Through Deepa in 1947, Delhi and her granddaughter Sean in present-day Atlanta, I tried to trace the legacy of loss and resilience and the urgency of preserving these voices. Other writers have done the same, like Sadat Hassan Manto, whose sharp, unflinching stories expose the madness of those times. Or Bapsi Sidhwa, who shows partition through the eyes of 8-year-old Lenny in Cracking India, a child's view of neighbors turning into strangers overnight. These books matter, not just for the facts, but for the feelings, the confusion, the anger, the hope that history textbooks can't capture. They remind me that history isn't just what happened, but how it's remembered, retold, and sometimes painfully silenced. So if you want to understand partition, don't just read the headlines. Listen to the stories, the silences, the echoes across generations. That's where history really lives.